Discontinuous measurement. It measures a sample of behavior. If we were to say have a 3-hour session, and if we were measuring behavior for entire 3 hours, we are using continuous measurement. If we were only to measure behavior for 20 minutes out of 3 hours, that would be discontinuous measurement. It has its time, it has its place, but it's clearly not as accurate as measuring something continuously. In this continuous measurement, there is interval recording. Under interval, we have partial interval recording or whole interval recording. In time sampling, we have two: momentary time sampling or play check time sampling. So let's understand each one of it independently. Now, talking about interval recording, partial interval recording. If the behavior happens at any time during that interval, if the target behavior happens at any point during that interval, you count it as a response. Second, it tends to overestimate behavior because the behavior happens only once, but it's counted for the total interval. And that is why we always say that everything which is discontinuous, it can overestimate or underestimate behavior. Good to use when resources or time is less because you can still have some data at hand. It's good to use for multiple students and good for decreasing behavior. Now, say for example, if you're trying to record something for 30 seconds and we split it into intervals of 3 10 seconds interval. When we talk about partial interval recording, if the behavior occurs even once, we count it that it occurred for that interval. So the only thing you need to check is, did the behavior occur? Yes, no. If it is yes, it is counted for the whole interval. If it is no, it is not counted. So 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, all these things, if it is even occurring once, it is counted. Moving on to whole interval recording. If the behavior happens the entire time. So, if the target behavior happens during the entire interval, then you count it as a response. Even if it is lacking for a second during that interval, it is not counted as a whole interval recording. You tend to underestimate the behavior. So the behavior occurred for a pretty long time, just for a couple of seconds it wasn't there, and that is why it gets underestimated. It is good to use when the resources and time are low. We always say that discontinuous measurement is reflecting towards the behavior, but it's not accurate. Good to use for multiple students and good for increasing behavior. Now, say for example, if you have 30 seconds of recording, you make 3 slots of 10 seconds each. So 1 to 10 seconds, 11 to 20 seconds, 21 to 30 seconds. What is your question? Did the behavior occur the entire interval? That means right from 1 second till the 10th second. If the behavior occurred, it is counted as yes. But if it occurred from 1 to 9 seconds, it is counted as no. And that is why we say it underestimates behavior, because in that case, those 9 seconds of behavior is not considered. And I time and again say that in whole interval recording, because it is discontinuous measurement, it underestimates it. Moving forward, we're talking about time sampling. Momentary time sampling. If the behavior happens at the end, so we divide it in the intervals and then we check. If the target behavior happens At the end of the interval, record a response. If not, not recorded. So it can overestimate or underestimate the behavior. Certainly, because at the end, if it is happening every time, that does not mean that it happened continuously. It is good to use when resource and time are less. Certainly, we use discontinuous measurement only to save time. Good to use for multiple students. The same can be done on multiple students. So say for example, again, it is a 30 seconds of a recording. We divide it into 3 intervals of 10 seconds each. So 1 to 10, 11 to 20, and 21 to 30. What is our data point? Did the behavior occur at the end of the interval? That means, did it occur at the 10th second, at the 20th second, at the 30th second? If the answer is yes, we record it. If the answer is no, we do not record it. So certainly it can impact the result very significantly. Now, what is this last one? Play check. Planned activity check. It's exactly like the momentary time sampling, but this is momentary time sampling for groups. So say a group of 5 students, we're studying, we take it at one go. At the end of the interval, check each student in a group to see if they are engaged in that response. It can overestimate or underestimate behavior, and it is good to use when resources or time are low. Clear. But it is good to use for multiple students. So a group of students at one go. So say for example, again, an observation of 30 seconds. So we are recording for the 30 seconds, dividing it into three components. 3 10 seconds intervals, 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30. What are we looking at? Did it occur at the end of the interval for all the students of the group? So did it happen on the 10th, 20th, or the 30th second? If the answer is yes for all, then it goes as yes. Otherwise, it goes as no. So it's just the difference is that play check happens for the groups. Otherwise, it's same as momentary time sampling. So while we understood the concept of discontinuous measurement, we need to understand what are the basic things. Certainly it is less accurate than the continuous measurement, but we do save time, isn't it? So it is good when you don't need to measure for the entire session. It is good when resources or the time is limited, and certainly it is good for the group. So discontinuous measurement is a tool of measurement in RBT or BCBAs who do the behavior modification and observe behavior, do the data collection. Thank you.